Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Myself is Adnan and today I'm going to talk about EPS and PE ratio. If you are new into the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and before further ado, let's get to the video. If you are new into the investing world, you have heard a lot about these two terms, and today I'm going to give you a real world example how you can use these two terms in deciding in which company you should invest if you want to compare two companies in a same sector. So let's head back to the Yahoo Finance, and here on Yahoo Finance I have already looked for Apple, and as you can see the EPS value of Apple at currently is 6.11 and PE ratio is 24.58. EPS stands for earning per share and PE stands for price to earning per share. TTM here stands for trailing 12 month, and let me give you a real examples. So here, as I said, EPS stands for earning per share, which means earning of a company after all their expenses, which would give you the net income, and then you divide the total number of outstanding share a company has at a particular quarter or year. What this number tells us that how much money a company makes for each share of its stocks. So as I said, let's give you an example of 2021. Apple makes a total earning of $94.6 billion, and they had a total share outstanding of around 6.86 billion. And if you divide the earning by the total number of outstanding share, you will get a value of 5.61. And what this value tells you that Apple makes $5.61 on each share the company has. Similarly, you can calculate for 2022, and you take the net income of a company, you take the total number of outstanding shares a company has, and then you divide the net income by the total number of outstanding share, and at the end you get $6.11. So this means company last year made 5.61, and in 2022 Apple makes $6.11, which means company is making more profit year over year. And how you can calculate this value, you can simply normally you can also use websites like MicroTrend, which is a very good website I mostly use, and you can also calculate by yourself. You can see here the shares outstanding of Apple from 2021 2022, and then you have the net income, and then you can divide and you can get the EPS of a company, which is 5.61 and 6.11 for 2022. So this is the EPS, and in order to calculate PE ratio, you have to take the current price of a company share, and then you divide by EPS. If you look on the Yahoo Finance, the current value of Apple is around 150.18, and EPS we already calculated, which is 6.11. So if you divide 150.18 by 6.11, you get value of 24.58. And what exactly this PE ratio means for an investor? Let me give you an example how one can decide what PE ratio is good for a company. And let's say David want to invest into one of the company. One is Nvidia and one is AMD. Both company has same price, let's say $20, but the EPS of Nvidia is $2 and EPS of AMD is $5. So PE ratio would be 10 for Nvidia as you divide 20 by 2, and for PE ratio of AMD would be 4 as you divide $20 by $5. Which gives you 10 to 1 ratio for Nvidia and 4 to 1 ratio for AMD. Which tells you that David pays $10 for every $1 of earning as compared to $4 for every $1 of earning for AMD. This tells you that 10 to 4 ratio that Nvidia is very expensive, and as compared to Nvidia, AMD is very cheap, like more than twice the value. It's cheaper. So if David wants to invest in one of the two companies based solely on this PE ratio, he will definitely go for AMD. But these are only one-term financial benchmark. You can compare companies, but there are many other terms you have to look for when you want to invest into a company in the same sector. So what you look for a company after all this calculation, you always go for a company which is making more profit per share, and hopefully in the future they can also deliver more for their investor. You try to look for the company which always post same or better number as expected from the analyst, because analyst gives you a number on each quarter for a company, and if they exceed the limit, more number of investors are going to invest into a company which is going to give you more profit for next quarter for a company, and you're going to make more profit on your investment. For PE ratio, now there is no fixed number, but on generally PE ratio below 15 is considered cheap, whereas above 20 is kind of thought of as that these companies are quite expensive onto their stock value. But you cannot decide only on PE value. You have to compare different company, and then depending upon on their future outlook, how they're going to make profit in next 2 to 5 years, then you can decide which company you should invest in. I hope with this video now you have a better understanding of EPS and PE ratio. If so, please don't forget to like this video, and subscribe to channel would be very highly appreciated. That's it for this video. My name is Adnan, and I will see you in the next one.